let's take someone with a random account, with a random name that just seems attractive.
Play live online against the world's top chess players while they stream their thoughts live. As a Chess24 Premium member, seize the chance to have your moment of fame. Get a peek inside their lives with question and answer sessions, in-depth teaching, analysis and interviews. The Champions Chess Tour, with countless accompanying events, is happening now. Tune in on Chess24.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session of Banter Blitz. I'm Grandmaster Leinier Dominguez, and I'm going to be taking challenges today, as usual. We can play 3+0 or 3+2 or even 5 minutes. So I'm going to take all those time controls. So let's get started here. Let me see what we have. Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you for your patience. We took some more time to fix some minor issues, but yeah, we're ready. Let's play. Okay, let's play Dangerous Ride. Okay, d4, knight f6, bishop g5. I can play knight e4 or d5. Let's play d5. Takes, ef6, e3, and then I can play, let's play c6, bishop d3, f5. So usually I want to put my bishop on d6 and ideally bring my knight to f6 at some point to control e4. Queen f3, let's play g6 to protect this pawn. Usually white goes c4 at some point in these positions. I'd play knight d7, try to bring it to f6. Castle, knight f6. So I think I have a good position. King b1, so the queen is fine on e7 usually. So knight e4 is obviously an idea here. I have a nice outpost there. So let's see what he wants to do. It's very difficult for him to find a pawn break like h3, g4, but it's not easy. So c4 makes sense. I could take on c4, knight takes, and then bishop c7, or I can just play maybe bishop e6 immediately, or even knight e4. Okay, let's take knight c4, bishop c7, and then try bishop e6 and finish development. So I'll be paying attention, guys, to the Chess24 chat. So any questions or comments, I'll be paying attention to that. Bishop c4, yeah. I was kind of expecting knight takes, but bishop takes is also possible, of course. Now I have to decide if I want to castle short or to castle long, which is also possible. I could play bishop d7 and then long castle at king b8. The king looks pretty safe there. Let's play like that. Knight c3, so I have to, of course, take into account the move d5 at some point, but it doesn't look dangerous because d5, I can play maybe bishop e5 and d6, bishop takes c6 looks good for black. So maybe rook h e8 and slowly bring my pieces. He's taking a long time for the move, so getting low on time. Let's see, e4. Is e4 a move? Probably he can play e4, but takes knight e4, knight b3. Let's play rook e8. Rook e1. So I could play some bishop b4, maybe. Idea knight e4. Or just king b8, maybe first. Get my king into safety. Then I can maybe think about this bishop b4 move at some point, or h3. Let's play. Okay, let's keep waiting. See what d5. So now it's threatening to take on c6. So probably it should play. I can play c5, or I can take on d5, knight d5, trade knights, and then still have two bishops. But white is probably not worse there. So let's play c5. Try to play for blockade. Let's play bishop b5. I think d6, I can take it. Knight a5, but then I thought I have a6. So knight c3, I can take a knight e4. So d6, we'll take here. Yeah, so if we trade everything on d6 and bishop takes f7, I have, first of all, I have queen d2 and, okay, rook d1, queen c7 maybe. Hitting the knight. Yeah, I won on time, so it's just too long time. Good game. Dangerous right, anyway. Very solid game. I think, I think I was doing fine in this opening. Let's see what else we have here. Let's. No puedo mirar el. Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's keep going here. Okay, let's play against Avenge 0-5. Let's see how it goes. Bishop f4, so it plays the London. Let's play c5. e3, knight c6. And c3 normally, yes. And now, black has many options here. I think queen b6 is fine. b3, well, that's unusual. Normally queen b3 is what it's normal here. b3 weakens a bit the queen side, so I can play, I guess, bishop f5 or bishop g4. Let's play bishop f5. Bishop d3, so takes, and e6. This should be pretty comfortable for black, I think. This castle. 3 rook c8. Rook c1, so maybe can. Okay, let's bring the pieces to the center first. Knight e5. So I can take and play knight d7 and then Let's take knight d7. This looks normal. And maybe at some point I should start attacking his pawns, like queen a5 and then rook c2 probably. So one idea is to play rook c6 and rook dc8. Try to put pressure on c3. Another idea would be to play b5 here and maybe try c4 and grab some space on the queen side. Let's play b5. I have to play faster, definitely. Yeah, I'll try to get some space with c4 now. So he goes c4. So it feels that I should have something on the d file, like cd, dc, and then some knight c5. Also, I can take and maybe play queen a6. Maybe it's just around equal this. I don't want to get too low on time. Let's play knight b6, put more pressure on c4, and try to use the fact that this pin is a bit annoying for him. The queen on d3, it's hanging, so he cannot take on d5. Queen b3, let's take here. Yeah, so now at least, do I have bishop a3 here? I probably do. He has some issues with the pawn on c4 and the rook. So c5, I think I take on c1 and I'm better. The point is that if the rook moves, then I win the pawn on c4. So I guess he should play c5 anyway. Bishop c1, rook c1, but that's a change down. Rook b1, but this, I mean, it's only a pawn, but it's a kind of an important pawn. Queen d5. So let's play h6 just to create some space for the king. So bishop e5, it's probably his idea, but I have bishop f8 and f6. I have many things. Knight e4, there is f5. And I want to play some queen d3 once the knight moves. Maybe knight f3 and then... But this should be winning, of course. So I only have to be careful not to get too low on time. So we take now knight b4, and now we win some material. Yeah, good game. I think position was very comfortable for black again out of the opening. Let's see. Let's keep going. Let's see what other challenges I have here. Okay, let's play 5 minutes. So, okay, French makes sense. My opponent is from France, I think. So he plays the French. Bishop b4, e5, c5, a3, takes, queen c7, and here there's queen g4, plus knight f3, and there's also this line with h4. Let's try this. You can take a pawn with CD, queen, c3 check, but usually white is happy to give this pawn, try to get some initiative. B6. I think maybe check, and if bishop d7, bishop back. Maybe this isn't great, but yeah, I could play h5 also. I guess bishop d7, bishop d3, and knight c6. Okay, let's play h5 then. h6, and maybe let's try queen g4. Probably some king f8 has to be played, and could try maybe rook h3 with g3 ideas. After king f8 also, I can play at some point some a4, bishop a3 as well. But I think I'll go rook h3. Try rook h3, and so there was CD, knight takes e5, but probably not. So knight e7, good move. So like this, if rook g3, there's knight f5. I'll play, so I can play knight e2. I can also go to f3. Let's go to e2. So queen f4 is also a typical idea here, to put pressure then on f7. So like this, now if knight f5, there's always g4. And then, yeah, maybe I can play rook f3 at some point. I guess some a6 at some point. Maybe knight d8 makes sense, trying to trade these bishops and also to defend f7. So let's play this one. Let's play bishop e8 and maybe then maybe g4 or something. Yeah, these positions are, of course, they look super dangerous for black, but black, of course, has many defensive resources here. And long term, they can hope for some for some counterplay and try to exploit the weaknesses on the pawn structure. But of course, it's tricky for black because there's usually some initiative on the king side. So now it's kind of not clear. Maybe knight d8 has to be played. Okay, king g8. Let's play bishop d2. So I want to play maybe knight g3, g5. Knight g3 just to take control of the f5 square so that there's no knight f5, and then I'll play g5, try to open the king side. So bishop d2, maybe it wasn't necessary. Maybe I could go knight g3 immediately. So this, but I thought f7 was hanging. So d5, bishop b5, queen f7. This looks super dangerous, no? There's king h7, but I mean, even bishop takes h6 here is a move. Also g5, threatening g6. Although there, maybe rook f8, g6, king h8. I have queen f8. Yeah, I have many moves here. Rook f6, it's also there. I mean, rook f6 is mate, right? Yeah, rook f6, rook h6. Because if knight g8, there's queen g6 mate. Which means he has to play, I mean, knight f5 or something. Yeah, so this is winning. Rook takes h6 is a threat, and there's not much black can do to stop this. I mean, knight g8, but there's queen g6 mate. And yeah, that's bad news for black. Yeah, I was aware of this knight e5 trick, but yeah, I thought that f7 is always hanging. Yeah, it was, anyway, unpleasant position. Maybe this knight d8 idea is to trade bishops and to have f7 protected. Usually to trade those bishops is good for black. Yeah. Good game. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's see what we have here. So let's play Manuel. I think we played before in the, I think when my last show or maybe even the last two. So Caracan. Bishop f5, knight g3. This is the old main line, Caracan. Usually, I mean, nowadays, e5 is maybe more popular than this one. Knight f3, usually here, knight d7, or yeah, many moves here, knight f6 also possible, or e6 even. Yeah, knight f6, knight e5, I think. Knight bishop h7, bishop d3. That's what I want to do. Yeah, I think bishop h7 is forced. Bishop d3, and there's, of course, always the trick here that if queen d4, there's knight takes f7, and king f7, bishop g6, of course, and black loses the queen. But of course, bishop takes d3 is correct, and now e6 and knight b7. So bishop d2, knight b7, and I want to play f4, support this knight on e5, and play for long castle, and then maybe some attack on the king side. Of course, black has this c5 resource, which is important in these positions. I don't know if you should play c5 now or bishop e7 and castle first, and then c5 later. Queen c7. Let's play castle. Rook d8 maybe now. Long castle is a mistake because knight f7 is there. So he takes on e5. That gives me the option of taking with the f pawn, and try to open the F file. So I could play FE, knight d5 or knight d7, and then rook f1. And this looks pretty tempting. And d5 is also possible. Rook d8 or something, and queen e2 or queen f3, and knight to e4. I think I'm going to go with fe. Looks more critical to me. Knight d5, I'll play rook f1. So if bishop e7, he goes long castle. I thought queen f3 now. Can play rook d7. So knight e4, also a move. And queen f3, rook g7. And then knight e4 maybe. Yeah, this looks nice for white. Now knight e4. Okay, maybe now c5. Maybe this is not the best, of course, what I did, but yeah, now definitely I think you should play c5. Try to get the bishop out. If dc, bishop c5, and then king b8. Feels a bit slow, but maybe it's possible. So now I'll play c4. And my idea is if knight b6, I have this knight d6 idea, so that if bishop takes, e takes, and queen takes or rook takes, I have c5 and I win material. So let's go with that. I think this is working. Queen d6, c5 wins. And yeah, so he has to play queen d8. But then the pawn on d6 should be pretty annoying for black. So just play h5. He does have a strong knight on d5, but again, this pawn on d6 it's really, really annoying. I have too much space here. So I'll just slowly improve here. Rook f3, rook f1. Black is still solid, but it's a difficult position. Queen of 6. Knight of 6. Maybe queen e5. Let's play, just protect this pawn. So I can take on h6 or not. Bishop h6. There's knight g4, queen g7, rook g8. Yeah, that doesn't look clear. I can take on f6 also. gf, rook f6, and looks kind of promising for me as well. Yeah, I have to play something. Let's try this. And if rook g8, g3. Yeah, I'm exchange down, but again, this pawn is so strong that, for example, his rook on d7 is not really playing. I think I can play like this. Queen b4, I play bishop d2, get queen c4 check. So definitely is getting some chances here, but maybe I'm still better. Okay, he blundered the queen. I made sure that this check on f1 was controlled. But yeah. Okay, good game, Manuel. Thanks for the game. Yeah, you definitely got some chances at the end. Some counterplay with the queen b8, queen b4. which I missed queen c4 check. But yeah, before that position was, of course, was much better for me. I mean, especially with this pawn on d6. But good game. Let's see what else we have. Okay, let's take Sergey, who is also one of the players that is always there. I think I played him more than 10 times already. But he's a good player. Let's see, Sicilian. '94, let's see what he wants. '96, I think we played these lines before. And now queen c7 or a6 or knight f6. A lot of things are possible here. Queen c7. Let's play this queen d3 line. So the idea is that this queen can swing to g3 in many lines, and even the endgames tend to be slightly better for white. a6, I think I take on c6, and for example, if bc queen g3 is what I have in mind. And then, for example, if he trades queens, then I get this H file for my rook, and black's pawn structure is slightly worse, so should be a nice endgame. Yeah, d5, and then probably bishop d2, I guess. Like this. Knight f6 maybe. Okay, bishop d6. Let's play long castle. Knight e7. Now bishop d3 maybe. Yeah, usually here white goes knight a4 at some point, and maybe c4. So let's see how he handles this endgame. Black is very solid, of course. So he has an extra pawn in the center and very solid, compact pawn structure, but this pawn on a6 is always a bit weak, of course. So e5 makes sense. Let's see what do we do here. ED, CD doesn't look super tempting for white. I can play knight a4. I can play f4 maybe. Let's play knight a4. Giving some advantage also on the clock. It is important. Though we have increments. We have 2 seconds increment in this game, but still. So rook b8. Again, very logical. see. Do I want to play c4? Maybe b3 first. Check, king b1, and f6. So what to do now? Maybe if c4, he'll go d4, and I'm not sure that's what I want. On the other hand, it's not so simple to find a good plan here. So let's try to provoke him. See if he plays d4, and then I'll move my bishop c1, and eventually I'll try to play with c3. Try to create some targets like c5, for example. Now I have bishop a3, I think, and it's impossible actually to protect c5. So yeah, that was kind of worked my idea. So we take like this, and if bishop a4, bishop d6, I think we're close to winning now. Although bishop c7, maybe. Bishop a4, bishop d6. This is not good. Yeah, I'm taking some more pawns here. Let's play bishop c5, and then cd. Yeah, and then take on a6 or take on e7 first. Yeah, let's take this and this. Okay. Yeah, so let's give check. Rook h4, rook g4, and now there are some mating ideas like this on rook h1. Oh yes, g5. Yeah, I missed that one. Can I still give mate here or not? Maybe not. Let's play this. And check. Let's try to get my rook out. Let's try this. 4. Blunder bishop e4. I blunder bishop e4 check at some point, but yeah, good game, Sergey. I think, yeah, when I played rook f7, king g8, e7, like here, yeah, e7, there's bishop e4, check here, and bishop takes, king takes f7, yeah, it's definitely good for black. If I move my king, then bishop takes g6 and rook f8, king g7, so I don't know. Just I played too fast there, but yeah, I was winning before. Anyway, interesting game. Let's keep going. See what else we have here. Let's see if we have some high rating challenge. So let's play, for example, Dupe. It's 2792. Maybe let's go with the Sicilian. A6. And the Knight Earth. Bishop E3, let's play E5. Bishop E6. Knight D7. F4. Yeah, this line, it's very interesting. So B5, I think. Like this, if F5, I have Bishop C4 always. Rook D1. So this idea is obviously to play F5 and then Bishop C4, G4, and the rook is supporting the pawn. So let's play H5 just to avoid those G4 lines, and now maybe H4, 5, Bishop C4. So like this, I can take, and at least I get rid of the G pawn. Now I have to, of course, be careful with my pawn on G7, but it should be pretty easy to defend. Like I can play Rook H7 or even King F8. Let's see. Let's play King F8. Queen G2. I can play Rook H7, and I think Rook G7 is not dangerous because I can take Bishop H6 and then Knight E8 or Knight H5, maybe Knight E8. Yeah, I have to start thinking about B4 somewhere and try to create my counterplay. Queen C7 and B4, Rook C8 and B4. So Queen G2. Yeah, let's play this. Think. Again, Rook G7. Think I defend. And Knight D5, I can take with the bishop now. I don't know which one is better. Bishop takes ED and then, or I can also take with the knight. And let's take with the knight. And for example, Rook C8. I guess I'll play Knight D2 or something. Bishop F1, Rook F1, and then try to get the knight to E4. I don't know. Feels that I should be fine, but I have to be careful, of course. With this pawn on G7, I mean, some tricks there, or the other rook get into G1, but it seems that I always have this Bishop F6 and the king can escape in the worst case. via e7. So knight d2. I guess bishop takes a2 is too much. Let's take on f1 and play queen c7, knight e4, and then knight f6 maybe. Knight g5 there. A bit tricky. Queen c7, knight e4, knight f6, knight g5, rook h4 or something. Maybe there is knight f7. But yeah, that doesn't look like it's going to work for him. So if he takes, I'll take. And now g7 is well protected and I can... Yes, but this I wasn't super worried. I can play, for example, king e7, bishop f6, gf6. I'm super solid. Like my king is just fine. And I'm going to... rook c3. I missed that, but I guess it's not the end of the world. I can play queen d8 maybe. Yeah, takes. Okay, so we have 2 seconds increment. At least I'm not losing on time here. Rook c3, he wants to go. Yeah, f5 is hanging, but then rook c7. It should be fine. King f8 or something. Let's play b4 anyway. Yeah, I still have to be careful with my king. Like if his rook can enter somehow to c7 or something like that. But yeah, or queen f2, yeah, just trying queen e7. But I feel that if I'm careful here, I should be doing well. Because his pawns can eventually be weak. Like this f5, d5, h3. So the rook on h7 was a bit sad, so I'm bringing it to g8, for example. So rook g1 and go queen c4. I mean rook f1, queen c4. Queen f2. Yeah, queen f2, let's go queen b7. Try to hit on d5. Go c4, let's go back. b3, yeah. Not used to this position. Let's go for this. I don't know how good is this or how bad. But at least, yeah, if I'm in time to put rook on h1, I mean to prevent rook h2 and rook f3, king d6, and with this whole take, give check and king d6, rook g2. I think I can go rook f4, no? Or maybe e4. Yeah, let's go e4. Yeah, there is a line like rook g8, king e5, rook e8, king f5, d6. I have rook h3 and rook d3. And if rook g8, king e5, rook e8, I can take on f5. And so I think this king e5 is pretty good. I'll go like this, takes. And then I have check on rook d3. something. So we go rook d3. Yeah, and this should be winning. It's rook d4. And just advance. Yeah, there are no checks and it has to give the pawn. Yeah. Good game, Dupe. As always, tough fights. I think, yeah, it should be around equal at some point. I don't know if after we trade queens, what's the situation there, but it was definitely important to get this rook g1 and rook h1 on time. Let's see. Who else is there? Let's take Cerium. 77. Okay, this is without increment, so I have to play fast. D3. Let's play D5. We get some kind of King's Indian with reverse colors. It's Fee and Kettle lines. Yeah, E4. So let's play E5. Yeah, it's definitely the King's Indian with reverse colors. Rook E1, I think I might just go D4 here. Grabbing some space and yeah, A4. So we can bring maybe the knight to D6. Knight D6 is usually a good maneuver in these positions. So the problem for white here is that, of course, F4 is the main idea. Try to create some initiative on the king side, but it's not always easy to achieve this because black will take simply, and now, for example, the knight on h4 would be hanging. So b3, this looks very, very dubious for white because I get a lot of squares on the queen side for my pieces. For example, I have b4 now for my knight. Although maybe he's trying to get knight c4 and bishop a3. So maybe it shouldn't be too happy. Let's play rook e8. Yeah, it's b3 and knight c4. But knight c4, I'm planning bishop f8, of course. Yeah, let's play here. Bishop d6, bishop d6. Yeah, so now looks good for me. Because if yeah, well, this allows bishop b4, right? Yeah, bishop b4, we win. An exchange here. Queen h6 maybe. I'll take anyway. And then yeah, this is really nice for black. So let's play this one. F4, queen g7 is what I want to do and trade queens. I mean, even if I give this e5 pawns after something like f4 queen d7 takes on e5, it should still be very good for me. Let's play here. And now f6. Knight so he's planning f4, obviously. Let's go knight b4. Try to hit on the queen side. I can play g5. Let's play g5. I'm weakening some squares here, but let's try to play. This is maybe very stupid what I did, but it should still be enough to win this game. Now let's play queen g6. Try to tempt him into taking on e8, which is probably good anyway, but but I think this position is still quite sad for white. Very little time now. King is 7. Okay, let's definitely take here. Play b6. Maybe a6 and b5. So if he takes rook c3, let's pre-move rook c3 just to 5. Rook c3, and now his pawns are collapsing. Not so clear. Rook c2. Yeah, and then knight a2 maybe. h6, king f7. Maybe. Yeah, well, he has no time now. There's no increment. Yeah. Anyway, good game. Cerium. Yeah, you got some chances at the end. I think the whole g5, g4 was completely unnecessary, but still. Let's see what else. Okay, let's take another challenge without increment because it goes faster and it's a bit more fun. This one. So let's see. The Najdorf maybe? No. Okay, bishop g5. e6, queen d2. a6, yeah, long castle. 4. Bishop e7. I think it's knight f3. The main line. Yeah, this is definitely a popular line nowadays. Black has to take with the pawn because bishop f6 allows queen d6, and then after gf, white has many plans, but usually f5 and try to. He takes with the bishop, so I think this is good for white to queen d6. Like if bishop c3, bc, black doesn't have enough for the pawn. Bishop e7. Okay, so back b4, so I can go to a4, or I can go to e2 simply. If I go knight a4, the knight might get into trouble after something like rook b8 maybe. Let's play 92. So it's blitzing everything, so maybe he knows something. Rook A7, logical. King B1. It does have some play here, but it doesn't feel like it should be enough, but definitely some play. Yeah, now Rook D8 maybe. And I have to play fast, of course. Let's play E5 because it's, again, without increment. A5, so let's play bishop C4. I guess A4. Have some knight B5 also. Rook B7, knight D6 maybe. Oh, knight A5? No, I have knight A7. Knight C4, queen D7, but doesn't work. So probably rook B7, knight D6, and then rook C7 maybe. Yeah, I was hoping for some kind of F5 there. This doesn't look right. No? Queen D7. Rook D8. There's queen C7 at least. Yeah, this is bad. Knight D4. Knight D4, rook D4. And this is just a win. Queen C5 still to fight. Keep the queens on. Keep the queens on the board, but yeah, I can play, I guess, rook D1. Rook C8 maybe. Queen takes A4 wins there. Rook D1 maybe A3 is what he wants. Let's see here what's the simplest way. This looks fine. G6, but then I'll take here. Yeah, and there's no... I mean, at least with the pawn on A4, you could still play some B3 somewhere or A3 and then hope for some tricks, but yeah, here there are no tricks anymore. Unless I blunder something. Some tricks are still there, but I don't have to take. Yeah, check. D7. Yeah, and then I was hoping for this kind of queen sack, rook D7 mate. Let's go to H6, but I have queen H7, rook D7, and rook H8. Well, this was nice. Yeah. Yeah, good game. Anyway, thank you for allowing that finish. Yeah, definitely. You got some chances at some point. I think when you play queen b6, black is fine there probably with the two bishops and play on the queen side, maybe rook d8 or something. Try to create some pressure against the knight on d4, but it feels good for black at that point. Let's see. Okay, so let's play another one without increment. Let's play d4. f6, c4, c5, d5, maybe Volga. Yeah, takes. And let's play this e3. I think it's possible here. So my idea is just if he takes on b5, then I'll develop with tempo. Check knight c3. Not really blundering. Bishop b7. I think this is some kind of line. Knight c3. And then even knight takes d5 is the move there. Or not really. No, I don't think so. I thought knight d5, queen a5, but there's bishop d2. So it's really queen a5 here. And so what am I supposed to do here? Bishop c4. Bishop c4, e6 maybe. I got bishop d2. Maybe e6, I don't know. Bishop d2, queen moves somewhere. Yeah. But if queen b6, I have e4. Okay, let's play this. So if the queen goes to b6 or somewhere else, I'll play e4. And ed knight d5 now. This is obviously my idea. Yeah, e4. Queen b2, there should be one, and b7 is hanging. And I just want to continue normally with knight f3 and short castle. So this looks pretty good for white now. Unless he has something like this. Yeah, this I miss. But does it work? Knight e4 ed. Yeah, maybe it does work. Knight e4 ed. And I have nothing, right? So maybe just knight g2 now. Or knight f3. Yeah, let's play this. No, it should be fine for black. But maybe fine for me as well, after all. Because I get some time now for finish development and hopefully create some threats. Maybe take on d2 and just play bishop b7, or just go back. Yeah, this also makes sense, obviously. Because again, d5 is attacked. So what to do? Is there a way to play for brilliancy here? Not really, right? No, let's play knight f4. So I'm also getting low on time, so rook e1. Don't know exactly why, but I have to play fast. So a4. Maybe someday I'll be able to play rook a3, and okay, this blunders knight b5, queen b6 a5, so he's close to losing now. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for rook a3, rook h3 someday with this a4 move, but maybe I won't need that. Queen b6 a5 and queen a6, yes, only way. And now there's no win. Knight a3, queen a7. Let's repeat moves. And then let's play for... I have to play for attack here, but how exactly? I have no time. Oh my. I have no time. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, my position is winning, but I have no time. Bishop b5. Yeah, so now I win the queen. Why is he thinking? Yeah, well, if he plays fast at that point, he just flags me, but he was really trying to find a good move. So yeah, thank you for the game. You found some nice knight takes e4 there. But very interesting game. Yeah, I think even after that, it was. I think it's a balanced position, but yeah, after that, it became promising for me again. After all this, bishop d6 but especially, blunder in knight b5 was the real problem for black. Let's see. So I think we can play couple more games. Okay, so let's play one last game. So let's take one without increment, 3 without increment. Let's play Savage. Yeah, so e4, e5, bishop c4, knight f6, and d4. Wow, this is unusual, pretty aggressive. I think I'm supposed to take here. e5, I have d5. Knight f3. Yeah, I guess knight e4 is risky. Queen d4, and then maybe some initiative there. Let's give check. This feels natural. c3 takes. Yeah, it feels like some old game of Morphe or something, but probably this version is not great for white. So if I move my bishop, he goes e5, I guess. For example, bishop e7, e5. Seems unpleasant, so let's go d5. And if ed, maybe put bishop on d6 and then castle. Bishop e5, I have c6. So I give the pawn back, but at least I get to develop my pieces in a normal way. So bishop b3, we can play bishop g4, let's play it. And then knight d7, knight e5 or something like that. Bishop h5. Yeah. Very decent position for black. Maybe even slightly better. Bishop a3. knight d7. I would be happy if he takes, yeah, because I take and I have some squares, and his bishop on b3 is looking sad for the moment. So rook e8. c4, so knight c5, or how do we play here? Knight c5, bishop c2. Not that I have too much to complain there, but maybe I should play knight e5 instead. Let's play like this. Maybe knight f7, queen f6, stuff like that. g4, so do I take on g4 or not? That is a good question. Knight f g4, I'm thinking. hg bishop takes looks promising for me, and knight g4, knight e5, I guess he has to play, but then I can take with the rook, hg bishop g4, and some kind of rook g5. Yeah, I mean, looks interesting. So I'm expecting knight e5, rook e5, hg. It's also queen h4. Queen h4 is possible because gh allows rook g5, and I'm threatening bishop takes g4. Or I can just take on g4 and play rook g5, which also looks super tempting. Okay, let's play this. Not sure if it's the best, but also have no time. Can he play f3 now? Queen g3, king h1? Like, if he wants to draw? Yeah, that's... Of course, bishop takes g4 was the move, instead of this. Okay, I'll go here and here, threatening rook e2. Still looks good for me, though. Maybe it's just a winning. I mean, the bishop, it's all this, I mean, bishop, rook, all his pieces are a bit far. Maybe knight e4, yeah. I was gonna say knight e4, rook e4 takes, bishop takes, and I guess this is winning, no? Takes, bishop takes, queen e1, bishop f3, and then I'll take on e4. Yeah, bishop f3 takes everything, and then rook e4. Yeah, I think I'm winning there. Yeah, looks completely lost. Anyway, good game, savage. And I think with this one we are ending the session for today. Thank you so much, guys, for following the show, and I hope it was fun and also instructive. So I'll be around with more Banter Blitz or other activities. So thanks again, everybody, and see you soon.